Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name's Angel and today we're doing a 24-hour readathon. I have already started the readathon, we're a little bit into it, but I was not going to film an intro when I woke up at 7 o'clock this morning. I was dead to the world. So, here we are. I don't waste too much time, this is kind of like me diving into the books I'm going to be reading, what's on my radar for this readathon, how I'm feeling. So, it's going to be over 3 days most likely, Friday to Sunday. I think it's going to be 888. If I can get a little bit ahead on Friday or Saturday, obviously I will, but we'll see. Books on the radar. For romance, I have Sounds Like Love by Ashley Poston and Wildcard by Elsie. I'm so excited about both of these. They're highly anticipated releases for me. I just don't have like some romance to kind of break up some of the fantasy I'm going to be reading during this. Then we have Accomplice the Villain. I thought it was the last book in the series and there might be one more apparently. I don't know. I'm not obsessed with this series honestly, but like they're fun, they're cute, and they keep me entertained. So I keep coming back for more, even though I'm not like obsessed with them. But this is book 3. I'm going to read, I think, book 2 in the Legends of Thesmar series, Vows and Ruins. This will be a fun little romantasy. And it's also on KU like Wildcard, so I can read this one later at night in bed. I want to get cozy, not hold a physical book. This would be a good option. And last for sure one I love to read is Alchemy Secrets by Stephanie Garber. I cannot wait to read this one. It's short, it's not too long, it's a standalone, perfect read for a 24-hour readathon. And besides that, we'll kind of see where we go. I might do Ace of Spades, I might start a new fantasy series. I have Metal Slinger or I have Dawn of Onyx, so we'll kind of see where the whole 24 hours takes us, but I think it's a great start. So without further ado, let's dive in. Hello friends, it is the first morning of this readathon and you guys are top of my appearance. It is like the crack of dawn. It's early. And but I mean like it's like 7:30. I'm not gonna start reading right yet. I do think I'm gonna kind of just like let myself wake up slowly. I guess reading could be waking up slowly, but I feel like if I'm trying to like relax before I fully wake up and I put on a 24-hour timer, I'm gonna get alarmed. So I think I'm just gonna chill for a little bit, maybe like half an hour, start reading at 8. And I think the first book I'm going to read is Sounds Like Love by Ashley Poston because I have a physio appointment at 10:30. I'd be leaving at like 10:15. And I feel like if I start this book around 8, it's 250 pages. I definitely can't finish that before I go. Maybe I could actually. No, I can't. I could probably get like over halfway easily before I go to my appointment and then finish up on the way home. I will also transfer the timer over to my phone when I'm driving. It's like a 5-minute drive. It's not far at all, but still I can listen to the audiobook of this on Spotify while I'm driving, and then I'll pick a ebook to start because also for my physio there's only like 15 minutes, so they just like attach me up to one of the machines and just kind of leave me and I'm just there face down, and so I read my book on my phone. So I'll probably pick a Kindle Unlimited read to start just like while I'm there for the 15 minutes. I won't get very far, but at least it'll still count towards reading time and I won't lose that time. So I'll probably pick up Wildcard or Vows and Ruin. Probably Vows and Ruin, so that I can kind of alternate between a romance and a fantasy, but we will see. I think the hope for this day 1 is 8 hours of reading, but more realistically 10. Like if I can get 10 down, I'd be happy girl. So let's dive in. Friends, this hair is doing things, but we are now page 108 in. I just came to the kitchen to make myself a little coffee because I need one, but I'm flying through this and actually really enjoying it so far. I'm not like obsessed with it, I will say, but I do think the premise is cute and it could turn out really well. One thing I will comment on is like, did every single romance author this year decide, hey, I'm gonna write a book where a female main character is a mother suffering from early onset dementia? Because Say You Remember Me came out, that was the plot. I've heard People Watching by Hannah Bottom Young also has that. And this one also has that. I was like, okay. But pretty much our main character is a songwriter who's struggling to write currently, and she wants to go back to her hometown for a month, I think she's saying. She's leaving LA, going back to her hometown for a month. She wants to see her mom, like, so her mom's struggling. And when she gets there too, they find out that like the family-owned music venue is being sold, and she's just really torn up about it. All of a sudden she starts hearing somebody in her head, and her and this person are communicating via their minds. They're hearing music, talking to each other. It seems very interesting. I think we know who it's gonna end up being, the guy who she's speaking to, but yeah, I'm enjoying it so far. I need a coffee in my body though. And then I'm probably gonna try to get to at least halfway, maybe take a little break to shower, get my hair looking not like this, and then we will keep going. The timer's at 22:12:28. I'm on page 243 of Sounds Like Love, and I'm just gonna go to physio. I put my timer onto my phone so I can still use it while I'm out. I'm putting together half-hour read between audio and just like lying there reading. And then I get back, I'll probably take a little bit of a break just to have some lunch. I want to submit that one assignment. Like I said, I still have 2 that are due this weekend, so I'm gonna finish off the one now, send it out. I just want to do at least 1 lecture when I have the day off to kind of take advantage, and then I'm just gonna film a YouTube video. So I feel like most of the readings gonna get done tonight, which is typical of me. I'm more of a night owl. We'll see, but let's get going. Alright guys, it is 1:28 and the clock still has 21 hours, 12 minutes, and 35 seconds on it. Now, I did do a lot already. I did just submit that assignment, and I did also film a video and upload it onto my laptop. I still filmed the other one, but I'm not gonna do it today, I don't think. I'm just gonna save it to tomorrow. But I am done Sounds Like Love by actually Poston, and I will say, this was very sweet. The beginning, I found that I'm almost like too cringy at first, almost. So when I was reading, I was like, this is kind of interesting, which how I felt like with 7 Years Slip when I first got into it too, so I don't know why I had any doubts. But as I got on, I did find myself really rooting for them. I found them really sweet. I loved their conversation. The whole aspect of like being in somebody's mind, hearing all their thoughts, communicating via thoughts is just so interesting. I've only ever seen that done obviously in like mates in romanticities. I've never seen that done just in regular romance. Obviously the magical realism element to it, so I did have a lot of fun with this. I'm not sure I'm going to settle on for a rating yet. I think I'll talk more about ratings at the end, but definitely I think feel like at least in a 4-star territory. It was really good. Next one I'm going to dive into is Accomplice the Villain. I'm really excited about this guy. I tried to read this one while I'm like up, can read a physical book, still have some life in me. But with that being said, I'm going to take a little bit of a nap, I fear, because I'm starting to have a bit of a headache, and we nip that right in the butt. We need to stop that right quick. And I think it's because though I stayed up to almost 2 a.m. last night. Of course, it was Taylor Swift release night. I was listening to the album, watching videos, people talking about the album, but then I still woke up at 7, and I've only got like 5 hours of sleep, and my head hurts. We are at 19 hours, 57 minutes, and 17 seconds. I just reached halfway to Accomplice the Villain, or right below. I'm at page like 160 something, I think. Page 158, I'm just gonna cozy up and read my reading chair for a little bit. Okay friends, I finished Accomplice to the Villain, and we have 18 hours, 27 minutes, and 17 seconds. So not even 6 hours in and we're done in 2 books. Pretty good, but also it's like, it's gonna take a while. I think my new goal for tonight, because honestly it is already like 5:30 and I haven't gone as far as I'd like to today, but still I've almost read 6 hours, which is pretty good. I think definitely 8 to 10 would be great for today. So I guess 8 was the original goal anyways. I don't know why I'm being hard on myself, but I did finish Accomplice to the Villain, and I will say I did enjoy this. I do think, like, was it slower in some parts, and when this was like there were sections where there wasn't actually a whole lot happening? Maybe. I didn't know there was gonna be a 4th book. Maybe the ending says we might be back for 1 more. Maybe. I'm like, could there more than 4 in this series? Like, the ending did get me enough to keep going and to be intrigued. These books, I say, like, they're not mastery in any sense. They're not like incredible wowing, but they're a fun time. They're fun, and that's what I need sometimes, like a light little mental break to have some fun with a frog that holds up signs. So we got a lot more of his lore in this book, and that was so. With that being said, I have 2 options to go into next. It's either gonna be Alchemy of Secrets by Stephanie Garber, because I feel like I still could hold a physical book right now, but also my boyfriend did just get home from work, and we're gonna hang out for a little bit. So if we watch a movie or something, I might do an ebook instead, so I can kind of just be with my Kindle while we're watching it. And if I'm doing an ebook, it probably will be Vows and Ruin, because I said I was gonna start that this morning at my physio, and I didn't, so I still haven't started that book yet. So one of those 2. I'll show whenever I choose, but already 2 books down today. Not bad. Maybe we'll finish 6 in this vlog. Who knows? Friends, I'm on now chapter 10 of Alchemy Secrets. It's going pretty good. There is some like little chapters in here though that are in second person perspective, which I think I've ever read before, but I'm kind of enjoying. It's very immersive. It's like where it's like the you walk into class and you see this, so it's kind of you are the POV. And I have heard that 5th season by N.K. Jemisin is completely in second person, and I found myself really enjoying these chapters. Like, it is definitely a little bit interesting to get used to, but it is very immersive in that sense. I think exploring like a whole fantasy book in that POV would be very interesting. So it's gonna make me excited for that. I've been reading for like just under an hour. Clock at 17 hours, 32 minutes. And we're on page 129 of Alchemy Secrets. Now, the overall consensus is I am enjoying it. However, I will have to agree with a lot of like the early reviews I've seen so far, which is that this book, it's listed as adult, but still reads very much YA. And I feel like that's the case for me as well. Just like the way it's reading is giving YA, and even like our main character, they're talking about professors. I know she's in school, so I feel like this is a book that would have lended itself so well to like the NA genre, like the new adult. I don't think it's like hindering my experience of it. It's just like more of a note that I'm making as I go along. But pretty much our main character, Holland, has two kind of things going on. First, she's approached by somebody who's like, hey, I'm from a mysterious bank that's not online, nobody knows about it, but there's this vault. They have to come claim within 24 hours to get what's inside, and it was her parents. And then the other part of it is this man called the Watchman calls her and is like, hey, if you don't get the alchemical heart by midnight tomorrow night, you're gonna die. And she's like, oh, so I'm gonna go hunt for that. So she pretty much is trying to get this heart and like race to find it before she dies, obviously. It's very interesting, and I'm really liking those chapters that are in like the second person point of view. I think they're very immersive and interesting, but I think I'm gonna sit down and crank this out. We are going to order in dinner and watch a movie here at home. We're gonna do a movie night, so I'll probably just read still while it's getting here, and then even a little bit into the movie I'll probably still read and finish this up shortly. But yeah, if we're doing a night in, I should be able to get to 14 hours tonight, which is good because that's 10 hours of reading done today, so sounding good. Yeah, we're nearing halfway because this book is really short too. I'm on page 129, and the book is literally, I think it's like, yeah, 322 pages with the epilogue. So short and sweet, should be done in the next like hour 45-ish. We'll see. Okay, friends, we are done book 3. This is going great. We are at 16 hours, 4 minutes, and 51 seconds. And Alchemy Secrets, I don't know I'm going to rate it yet. To be honest, I need to sit and think on it. However, Stephanie Garber, just like, I feel like her writing is so distinctive because it's so atmospheric. And that's one of her biggest strengths as an author, I believe, is the atmosphere and setting she's able to create within her stories. And so I love this one for that reason. I will say, I think this is like the poster book for new adult. I don't think it's misplaced in the adult genre necessarily because of the ages. However, I just feel like the actions of the main character and some of like the reveals in this and some of the way that things went about very much lended itself to YA. So I feel it's kind of an interesting situation there because obviously they tried making new adult really a thing. It didn't really take off. So you have to kind of pick one or the other. And so I get why age-wise they went with adults, but I feel like a lot of the story lended itself to like young adults. So I don't know about that one. We've been going through the books very fast because we've been picking a bunch of books in the 300-page range. So we are going to beef it up a little bit and do Wildcard next by Elsie Silver. We're going to watch a little Halloween movie. We're probably going to watch Nightmare Before Christmas to get in a little Halloween spirit. But this book is 441 pages. So this one will probably be done in like 3 to 3.5 hours. So hopefully this book will take me to the end of reading for today. If I could finish this tonight, that'd be great. I probably won't. I'll probably read a good chunk of it on my Kindle because on KU while we're watching the movie. And then also I might listen to a little bit of an audiobook tonight if my eyes are getting too tired because I do want to go to sleep a bit earlier today because staying up late last night for Taylor Swift definitely wrecked with my sleep. So I want to recover from that. But already being at 16 hours, I'm already very happy with that. That's 8 hours, which is the goal. And if we can get over 8 hours, that'd be even better. So there's 16 hours left and we already have 3 books down. This is going good. Okay, friends, I'm sorry all these updates are in this exact same spot, but this is my cozy reading chair, and it's where I spend a lot of my time. So we are now on chapter 25 of Wildcard. I think we're almost on page 250 in the physical. I kind of keep going back and forth. Yes, we're on page 245, so we're over half. I am loving this, and like, dare I say, it might be my favorite in the series so far. That could also just be recency bias, but like book 2 was my favorite before this. But I'm loving these characters, and I just feel myself like so heartbroken for them and like rooting for them. When I heard ex-boyfriend's dad, I was obviously very nervous because I was like, not my cup of tea. However, the way like the situation came about and the circumstances around it and kind of like how it happened was very like well laid out, where it's not really bothering me. Pretty much, Gwen and Bash met a year ago before the start of this book in an airport, snowed overnight in Vancouver, and they kind of had like a fun night together in the airport, just, like goofing off, having a great time. And then at the airport, Bash had just met his son that he had like never known about. He was 24, never even met him, didn't know he existed. And a year later, he's going to that son's birthday party, and Gwen is there as his son's girlfriend. Obviously, not else from there, but I'm just finding myself rooting for these guys so much. I find them so endearing, both of them. Crazy Clyde is like killing it in this book. He's doing great. At this rate, I definitely will finish this also tonight. So that means 4 books down in one day. I'll probably gonna get like sub 13 hours, I think, at least. That means 11 today, which is great considering I was aiming for 8. So yeah, I'm loving this one. This is probably my favorite book of the readathon thus far, but also just Elsie Silver. I love my girl Silver, so I might not talk there tonight because it's gonna be like late when I finish this, but at least show the timer when I finish this one. And if I start another book tonight, I might kind of flash on the screen, but we'll hear from me probably again in the morning. So okay, guys, happy Saturday. I almost said Sunday. It feels like Sunday because I was off yesterday, but happy Saturday morning. Let's do some updates really quick. And I guess I'm cozy in bed surrounded by pillows because I'm not getting up yet. It's 9:30, but I'll be in bed for probably the next hour minimum. I finished Wildcard last night, and like, dare I say, this might be my favorite in the series. I was thinking about it, and I was just like, I feel like I enjoyed Wild Eyes a lot. And that book meant a lot to me too because it was released on my birthday. But I feel like looking back, I feel like I cringed a lot in it, like in regards to like the songwriting and all that. Whereas this book, I didn't have that. And so I was like, I think this is a 5-star, like potentially. And then what happened was I was like, you know what? I was at 13 hours. I was kind of in a romance mood. I was kind of craving it. I was like, let's just keep the good vibes going. Let's just pick up another romance book. So I did read an hour of Youth of You by Jessica Joyce. And I did get my clock to, you guys can see that, 11 hours, 58 minutes, and 8 seconds. So my goal for yesterday was to read 8 hours. I read 12. I don't know if I'm able to finish it today because I have quite a lot to do in the middle of the day. However, I did take like a 4-hour break in the middle of the day yesterday to do a bunch of stuff, and I still read 12 hours. So possibilities, because I really read from like 8 to midnight and I took like a break in between. But as long as I have like less than 4 hours going into tomorrow, I'm okay. Probably 3, but who knows. I did make a game plan for the rest of this 24-hour readathon though, because I had an idea, and it like may add to, I haven't had like a readathon go this well in so long because my reading slump. I just feel like I'm not slumped out. I'm not like annoyed. I'm not like, oh my god, this is going forever. Like, I'm actually just really enjoying all the books I'm reading, and it's going very well. So what I did is I made a plan because I was like, I am breezing through these books. Like, it's at 12 hours and I've read 4 1/3 book. And I think my like record for 24-hour readathon was 7. And that's with like reading, like, that was with like coming into it with half of one done and then finishing that and then doing 6. Because normally I listen to some audiobooks and that kind of slows me down a little bit. Because I'm a fast physical reader. I read about like 110 to 140 pages an hour-ish. So I feel like audiobooks do slow me down. But I came up with a plan. Because like if I have Youth of You on here by Jessica Joyce, I want to read Vows and Ruins still. And then I was looking at my Kobo TBR where I was looking for Youth of You yesterday. And I found one, and I forget what it's called. I think it's like Notes of an Execution or something like that. And it's kind of like a thriller or mystery vibe. I think that could be a lot of fun for October. I haven't read anything like that in this vlog yet. I think that one's also like 300 to 400-ish pages. So that one could be fun to put in here. And then I was like, it's not really cheating, but I do need to read next A Court of Frost and Starlight for my reread of Akatar. And I was like, if I read that, that's a shorty. It's like, was it 200 something pages, I think? I was like, if I can do that, 8 books in this reading vlog, like start to finish. So I think that's a new plan. So we're gonna dive back into Youth of You. I'm really enjoying this one so far. And kind of like see where this gets us. This one pretty much, she posts a TikTok that goes viral being like, hey, this is like my grandma's like first love she had. I want to meet him and talk to him. Can we find him? And they find him, obviously. They find his grandson. and it's kind of just like her meeting them, and they decide to go on a road trip, and she wants to go just to take some photography, learn more about her grandma. So I'm loving it so far. It's really cute. Like I said, I'm about a third of the way through, so I'm gonna lie here for about probably an hour and a half and finish it up, but let's get day 2 going. I'm having so much fun. Alrighty, y'all, I want you to know that is just before noon. Book 5 is done of this readathon. We are at 10 hours, 9 minutes, and 33 seconds still. What's funny is like I'm flying through these books. I'm loving them. But it's just so funny when I finish a book and I see the time is still that large, because I'm trying to do the math of the 3 books I have planned, and I fear I'll probably still finish those 3 books like 2 hours left at the rate I'm going. And like 9 books for readathon is a little bit redonkulous. So that's a little redonkulous. Anyways, youth of you, I think I'm going to stop talking about books so much during this, because this vlog can be so long at this point about how many books I'm reading. However, I did really enjoy this one. I think I'm going to give it about like a 3.75 to 4 star. It was very cute. I love the road trip travel aspect to it. I love traveling, so it's always a big thing for me in books. And I have heard raving reviews about the Vows by the same author, and I enjoyed this one enough that I definitely do think I'll pick that one up too. And her covers are just so cute, actually. I kind of just want to get them for the covers, but I'm not sure I'm feeling next. I'm feeling, because I think too is I'm like, should I just read this? I feel like I should reread this now, because I feel like I want to kind of start filming this September wrap up in the next like hour or so. And truthfully, this book's like 230 pages, so I can probably finish this next hour and a half. That's another book done off the list before I film that. Because I read 2 romances back to back now. I kind of read this one and then maybe break it up with that. It's like a crime fiction thriller book, Notes on Execution. I'm really excited to read that. I think I'll finish off with Vows and Ruin, but might not actually be finishing off. It might be kind of just taking a pause for a 9th book. So I'll have to look at what I want that 9th book to be. I want something small that I can finish in that time. I do have a Diary of Blood on my TBR that I haven't read that I feel like is perfect for October that might get picked up, but I might do another Kobo Kindle browse, see what I got going on there, but that's thinking too far ahead for right now. So I think this is next. I think probably finish this and then take like a hour and a half break to film that video, get it transferred to my laptop, maybe start edits. We'll see, make lunch. But as much as I'll finish this today, I might have a couple hours roll over till tomorrow, which is fine, because it originally was supposed to be a 8-hour 3-day readathon, so doing it in almost 2 is not bad. But we're going to do my reread of A Court of Frost and Starlight. Well, I'm already here to move through books. Might as well zoom through another one. We are in A Court of Frost and Starlight now, and I am going to take an hour break to film my September reading wrap up. It is 20 books long, so it's gonna take a hot second. But I think if I'm gonna do the Notes and Execution, because I want something a little bit different than what I've been reading this whole time. So I'm gonna go film that and then come back. We already at like 8.5 hours, I'm pretty sure. So I can definitely get below 4 today. I don't think I'll finish today. It is already 2:30. If I went like straight through, I could finish around midnight, but I'll probably leave 2 or 3 hours for tomorrow. But we're reading so many books. This is kind of getting scary. Okay, I've literally closed the window because I sweated my butt off filming that video in like direct sunlight. It feels like 28 currently, so it was very hot. But we are going to start our next book. We're going to start Notes of an Execution. I get cozy and read it a little bit. I have high hopes. We'll see what I think when I get into it, because I really don't know what it's about. I'm guessing Notes of an Execution, but to be determined. I've been reading Notes on Execution now for the past hour, I'd say. It's like right at an hour. And I'm like right halfway. It's my another 300-page book. It's another shorty, but this book is so good. It is so atmospheric. It's been a while since I've gone to the like thriller crime area of reading, and I'm really, really enjoying it. It's pretty much what gets me is there's the same point of view as there is in Alchemy Secrets, where pretty much there's like 4 POVs in this book, and the one that's kind of going all the way throughout is a countdown to an execution. So it's like 12 hours and 11, then 10, and you're in the head of Ansel, and it's in second person point of view. So as you're reading it, it's like, you wake up and do this, you go do this, like, you go here. And I'm like, so it's, you're in his head, and that's so eerie because he is a serial unaliver, and it is very unsettling, creepy. And the other 3 points of views you have are from women from various years who are in his life. So there's like his mother, there's his wife's twin sister, and then also the like lead FBI agent on the case. And it is so good. I'm loving it so much. Like right now, dare I say this could be a 5-star. It'd be like definitely an interesting 5-star for me, because I normally don't read books like this or rate them really, but I'm really enjoying it so far. It's like, it's very eerie, very creepy. I'm really loving my time with it. So with the rate I'm going, I will probably finish this book in like an hour or an hour and a bit. So we might be reading 9 books, guys. This is getting a little bit redonkulous, but I'm having so much fun with this one. Like I said, at least like the reading's not seeming tiring. Like I'm still very much enjoying every single read I'm picking up, and I'm having a great time. But I should know how this is still going on, because this is now, I said this is the 5th book, the last update. That was actually the 6th book. This is the 7th book. So we're still out here. Hello, friends. Don't mind that it's really pitch black in this room besides this ring light, but it's how we're rocking right now. I finished Notes and Execution, and dare I say, it might be a 5-star. It might be. I have not felt that way with a book in so long. Probably been like a couple months. Like honestly, since the beginning of the year that I've picked up a mystery or thriller. I've been so heavy in my romance, fantasy, romantasy that I haven't really branched out. That's like some literaries, but I haven't gone for thriller in a long time. It just hit. It was so good. It was so creepy, so eerie, and it was I want to say like it's one of those books that's almost hard to recommend because it is like so deep and like dark, but it was so fascinating. I think I actually, like, the second I finished it, I was like, I want to make a TikTok talking about this book because I don't see it talked about enough. And it's been so long since I've actually just done like a sit down book talk review video. Like the fact that I want to make one for that just kind of like shows how much I loved it. But the issue, friend, is that the clock is still at 6 hours and 6 minutes. And we're 7 books down. This is unprecedented. This has never happened before. This is crazy. So I'm probably gonna start Vows and Ruin while we watch. But then the issue is that this book is what, 500 pages, which means I'll probably finish it in like 3.5 to 4 hours, and then we'll still have 2 to 2.5 left. Because I'll probably finish this book in under 4 hours, honestly, and then we'll still have 2 hours left. So depending on how long we have, that might mean I'm looking at my TBR and just choosing like any book that's like right around 300 pages or even a little bit less and reading it. Like I'm looking right now at the Storied Life of AJ Fikry, and I'm pretty sure that's short. I kind of would want a Kobo read, but this book is only 260 pages, so I could, that's the acknowledgement, it's only 258 pages. So this one's books I could definitely grab for and reach if I want to fit one more in that I can actually read in its entirety. But guys, this is crazy. 9 books. So I guess we're starting book 8, and I'm gonna make some dinner and read. I'm gonna make some dinner and watch a movie. I'm gonna read while we watch the movie for the most part, and I'll probably finish my editing up tonight. So I'm hoping it's like almost 8 o'clock right now, or maybe it's 8 o'clock. I think it's like 8:30 actually. But then I'm hoping I can at least get my thing down to like 3 hours or so tonight, and then be set up good for tomorrow, having a little reading session in the morning. I'm having so much fun, but I've never read this many books for a readathon. I'm really like, there's so much footage because I'm just talking about so many different books. Like, I'm pretty sure the footage of this video is already like almost 2 hours. I'm like, okay, that's a lot, but we keep going. Friends, update time, and potentially the last update of this evening until I update again in the morning. It's starting to get late and the clock's just under 4 hours, but I don't know if I want to just try to finish this tonight. It's like an hour to midnight currently. If I read this like straight through and finished it, I'd probably finish between like 12:30, which isn't too bad, but also I'm not sure if I want to do that. But I'm also zooming through this book, if you guys can't tell. I am on page 283. I'm gonna finish this in under 2 hours, probably, in like an hour 50. I can't do this. So therefore we'll be able to fit in one last book. And I'm thinking if I have like 2 hours and 10 minutes left, if I pick up The Storied Life of AJ Fikry, which is a book that's just over 250 pages, same thing, reading like 120 pages an hour, I should finish. Oh, sorry, it's only 237. It's 258. So I feel like if I read in that and like just for 2 hours, I'll just finish it. I might like be a couple pages short either way. Like either have to finish it a little bit or finish a couple minutes beforehand, but this would be like the perfect length book, I think. And I've had my TBR for a while, so we're going to pick up. So this will probably be a book I should read tomorrow morning, and we'll try to maybe finish this tonight. I can't say much on this because it is a continuation of a series. This is book 2. The first book is Blood and Steel. It's the Legends of Thesmar series, and I am enjoying this one. There's some training elements. They're working like a lot of like backstory in our main character and kind of like her abilities, her family, all that. And so I'm really enjoying that aspect of it. There is like impending doom just kind of like sitting there that you're on edge for. And I think it's pretty good that I went into this not like with lower expectations, like with the expectation of so much spice and so ill-placed, because truthfully, like maybe because there honestly hasn't been that many scenes in the first half. Like they were like running up on each other in chapter 2, but it wasn't actually. And then there has been more, but like I think because I wasn't under the impression that it was so much, I was thinking it was like almost every single chapter, which it's not, which is nice. I was thinking after coming off of reading Consider Me by Becca Mack a couple weeks ago, no book will ever seem too spice heavy again, because I feel like that book was spice literally almost every chapter, and if there was an actual spice scenes, just like everything was sexual. I was like, okay, so I think it's also helping this too, but I don't know if I'm hoping I finish this tonight. I might be just shy. We'll see how long my eyes will last for. Because I said, I'm honestly like, so far in this readathon, I haven't felt tired. Like I haven't felt fatigue while reading it all. Like I haven't been over reading or just like struggling with looking at the pages. And I want to keep it that way. So I might just aim to read 1 more hour today and get it to 3. And then finish Sky in the morning. And then read A Storied Life of AJ Fikry. But I'm thinking what's going to happen is if I read another hour, I'm going to be like 100 pages from the end. I'm just going to want to finish it because it's probably going to be good. I just want to like, see what happens. But I'll just know what ends up happening with this guy. You'll see a little clip of me in bed, either closing this or keep going. I normally like to read my Kindle in my bed, but I haven't read a physical book in a little bit. I think the past 3 books I've read have been on my e-reader, and I kind of want to hold the physical book for a little bit. So we'll see how long that actually lasts before I switch back over, but I've been yapping for like almost 5 minutes, so I should probably get reading. I'm procrastinating. Hello friends, happy Sunday morning. I just did groceries, did some laundry, got the video uploaded for today that I wanted to post. It's going live at noon. And then just chilled for a little bit. But I did stay up. I did stay up late last night and finish Vows and Ruin. Because what I thought was going to happened where I got near the end, I kind of want to finish it. So what's funny is right after I made that last clip of being like, I don't really think there's much like ill-placed spice so far, it all hit after that. It all hit after that. There was like one scene that was almost humorous, where it was literally like her sister's talking to her main character and like saying how she's gonna go do something really dangerous, and then she just like turns to the guy and is like, now's the time. And I'm like, oh, okay. So I do understand now the ill-placed spice. However, the ending of this was so good. The betrayal at the end really got me, and I think like honestly it's at least a 4.25, like around there. The series is really good. I do see why it's picked up for Trad Pub now, and I'm also very happy I do have the indie covers of it. I would just love when a book gets Trad Pub, but I have the indie covers. It makes me feel so just like I was here first. Like I have the OG Mirror Chestnut Springs covers I hold so dearly, and I also have the Daughter of No Worlds for they got picked up, which I'm so glad about because I do not really like the new covers. But yeah, I'm so excited about this. The clock's at 2 hours and 10 minutes, and I think I'm just gonna sit here and read the Storied Life of AJ Fikry. It's like 250 something pages, so I honestly should finish this up almost right in line with that, because I've been reading, I'll finish a little bit earlier, like 10 minutes shy, because I've been reading about like 130 pages an hour in this challenge. This one is a physical book, so it might take a little bit longer, but also like I feel like the writing in this is huge, and like the chapter headings also like, take up a lot of space, so I feel like it's not gonna take me that long to read. But I'm telling you right now, if we finish this book and there's still some like time left on the timer, we're just calling it. I'm just gonna be like, if there's like 15 minutes left, I'm gonna be like, and that's fine, because like reading for 15 minutes shy of 24 hours I think still counts as a 24-hour readathon, especially when I've read 9 books, so I think that's gonna be good. With that being said, right now I am going to quickly shower and then kind of just, I might read for a little bit, then shower. I'm hoping to have this wrapped up by like 2 o'clock. I'm also very glad I filmed this video a week in advance, because the footage for this video already is insanity, and if I had to edit this like a quick turnaround, I'd probably not love it. So I'm really glad I gave myself like a week to edit this video, because I'm probably gonna need the full week. So I have no idea what this is about, to be honest. I just know it's the same author of Tomorrow, which I really liked. So yeah, I've heard good things. I'm pretty sure Destiny Sidwell rated this a 5-star. Maybe it was Haley Pham, one of them. But let's dive in. finally time to wrap up this video because I just finished A Storied Life of AJ Fikry. And there's still 3 minutes and 17 seconds on the clock. We're just throwing those away. I want you to know that I fully understand that reading 9 books is ridiculous. I fully get that, but I had a lot of fun with these, so let's recap. There are so many very loud cars going by and I can't find my mic, so I'm so sorry if the audio was terrible, but we're gonna rapid fire through my thoughts on all these books, plus go into my thoughts more on The Storied Life of AJ Fikry, because that was the last book I just finished. So Sounds Like Love by Ashley Poston. I think I'm gonna fall on a 4-star for this. This one was a lot of fun, magical realism, and I kind of liked the idea. It kind of gave me like Mates almost in a way from fantasy, where they were in each other's thoughts and like they could hear what they were thinking and all that stuff. So I thought it was very interesting. I thought the songwriting aspect was cute. Pretty much Ashley Poston, anything she writes I will pick up. I've really enjoyed all her reads so far. There hasn't been a single one I've rated under 4 stars, so auto buy author for me for sure. Accomplice the Villain was fun. That's the main reason why I keep reading these books, just because they are fun. Banter's always funny. Side characters honestly really make these books. I didn't think it was supposed to be a trilogy. Now there's gonna be a 4th book, and there's like even like potential for a 5th. I'm like, y'all, I love it. It's cute, but like, let's wrap this up a little bit, you know? This one's probably like a 3.75 to a 4-star. Alchemy Secrets is also a lot of fun. I loved the second person point of view they put into this. I find that it's not really done a lot in books currently, and it is really like entertaining and immersive to read. Like I said, I will say my main take from this, I feel like it was not like ill-placed in the adult genre, but I feel like it definitely was like new adult because the ages, but almost young adults because the content and the like inner thoughts of the main character, I guess you could say. But once again, Stephanie Garber is another auto buy author for me. This is probably I feel like everything's a 4 stars. This is probably a 4-star, to be honest. It was really good. Branching away from 4 stars, we have Wildcard by Elsie Silver, and I'm still so torn. This might be a 5-star. Honestly, if it's not, it's like a 4.75. I had so much fun with this. I didn't think I was gonna like this trope, honestly. I've never read any book with a ex-boyfriend's dad, and I'm always just like, how's that gonna work out like realistically, like for a happily ever after? However, one thing I love about this book is the main character Gwen. I love both main characters in this, but I feel like Gwen specifically was just so upfront and just kind of like, she didn't even let there really be a third act conflict or misunderstanding or anything, because she was just so straightforward. And I was like, no, this is why I did this, because you need to go do this, because we're not gonna be able to continue on this relationship unless we figure this out. And it was just so direct, and something I really admired. And I don't know, like, I don't think have I rated any books in the series 5 stars? I think I rated Wild Eyes a 5-star, but I think this one's above Wild Eyes. This might be my favorite in the series, which I don't think is a popular opinion, but I love this one. I reread of A Court in Frost and Starlight. I'm gonna say it's probably like a 3.5, 3.25 even maybe. This one I always called the Christmas novella. It kind of is just there, to be honest. This was really fun. It was like a road trip. There's the travel aspect to it, which I always love in books. And I don't know, I feel like definitely I want to dive into more of her stories, and I have heard amazing things with the Vows. That one's like a 5-star read for a lot of people. So I'll dive in. It was cute, it was fun, it was kind of just like a nice palate cleanser and a good time. Book 6 was A Court of Frost and Starlight by Sarah J. Maas. This one is like, it's always like a 3.25 to 5 for me. It's kind of, I always call it the Christmas novella. It's my second time reading it right now, and while I do enjoy the different POVs we get in this book, I don't think it's anything like groundbreaking. You know, it's there. It's a novella. Did I get that wrong? I did get that wrong. That was I think that was actually book 7, but then we'll say book 7, I think it was actually book 6, was Notes of an Execution, and that book was a 5-star for me. I really think it is. I have not really stopped thinking about that book, to be honest, since I read it. It's just been so long since I've read a mystery or thriller. I feel like I really gave up on that genre a couple months ago, and I just haven't really dove back into it at all. I've been very much into fantasy and romance, and this book was just so eerie and so well done. The second person point of view was so immersive and so just like eerie to be in, and then getting the 3 women's points of view in his life, and it was just so, it was like playing at my heartstrings. It was making me feel creeped out. It was just so well done. I think I'm just gonna be screaming at this book from the rooftops for the foreseeable future because it was so good. Book 8 was Vows and Ruins, the second book in the Legends of Thesmar series, and I actually really enjoyed this one. Do I agree that some of the spice was ill-placed? Absolutely, and it did get quite excessive in the second half. It was just happening quite frequently, and sometimes it was just like so, I'm like, babe, there's too much going on right now to be like, you know what? But alas, the ending was so good. The ending really got me really excited to read book 3. Definitely be read soon. I really want to finish the series off by the end of the year, so if I read even one in November, one in December, I'll be done, but I'm gonna try to make a new rule series where I cannot go more than a month between books, max. So the book we read very shortly. And finally, book 9, The Storied Life of AJ Fikry. I feel like this book is like a, what do you rate this one? This one says like a 4.25. This one I'd say is like probably a 4. So this one is very much character-driven, slice of life kind of story, which is a good time. Pretty much AJ Fikry is kind of like a grumpy bookstore owner, like a small indie bookstore. And then pretty much something like terrible happens, but something happens that gives him kind of like a second chance at certain aspects of life and kind of like a new way to view life and all stuff, if that makes sense. And you kind of see him like grow as a person, kind of like find himself almost again as the book progresses, and it was very beautiful. I don't think I'll be thinking about it for a long time. I do think there is like people who read this book and this book would be like their Roman Empire, to be honest, just because if you're somebody who loves slow character-driven stories and they stick with you and they affect you, this one definitely would. That being said, friends, this is my new record for 24-hour readathon, because never have I ever read 9 books in 24-hour readathon. Goal, I think my like record before this was 7. And like, I think it was 7, but like I'd already gone into the readathon like halfway through 1 book, and then I finished that one in 6 more. Just different have been done before by me, but I think it's also because of the length of books we chose. I feel like in these I read a lot of fantasies normally that are quite thick. Besides Vows and Ruins, which is 500 pages, and Wildcard, which is 400. Every other book was like low 300 range, and then even 2 of them were like around 250, which was The Court of Frost and Starlight and The Storied Life of AJ Fikry. I will put it somewhere, but I think my pages were over 3,000 for this readathon, and I think I averaged over 130 pages an hour, which is redonkulous. But if you guys like today's video, please feel free to like, comment, subscribe. It'll help the channel out so much. If you guys are still here and want to comment something so I know that you're still here, comment like little timer emoji. As always, I'm also on TikTok and Instagram at Angel's Book Corner, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.